Yasuda Nandana Vajajanarandana Yasuda Nandana Vajajanarandana Jamudakira Vanapadi Jamudakira Vanapadi Jayarada Muvarava Punjavihari Vijana Vallava Giridharanadi Gopijana Vallava Giridharanadi Sudanandana Rajajanandana Yashodanandana Rajajanandana Jamunatira Vanapadi Yamunatira Vanapadi Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Paramahamsa Pariyadacharya Stuti Teresita Sisimani English. ISKCON founder Acharya Jagat Guru A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Pariva Jakacharya Astu Teresita Sisimani Divine Grace. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Guru Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridasa Kul Ki Jai. Praise Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasari Gaura Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinasham Radha Kunda Girigarodhan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Navadi Maipur Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Jamuna Mai Ki Jai. Ganges Mai Ki Jai. Tulasi Devi Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Samavesa Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai, Tai Gaura Premanande, all glorious assembled devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, all glory to Shishi Guru Shri Gauranga, Namo Vishnu, Padya Krishna Praja Bhutala Shamati Bhakti Tirtha Shamati Namaste, Krishna Prabhupada Shitana Shri Gaura Karana Sati Bhakti Tirtha Tinam. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Divim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtapaya Svabhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam Bhagavati Uttama Suloke Bhaktir Bhavati Vinashtiki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Utapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Saryajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vishtam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Pada Abhisekam Vitamscha. Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Dinabandhu Jagapati, Govisa Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta, Namasviti, Bhakta Kanchana Gorangi, Radhe Vrindavaneshwari, Prisavana Suti Devi, Pranamami, Hari Hari, Vanchakalpataru Bhascha, Kripa Sundhu Vacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavyo, Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasari Gaura Bhakti Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. We continue our discussion. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 11, entitled The Perfect Society for Social Classes. We are still on text 8. And now we are looking today. Item is Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya. Reading scripture. Reading scripture. And Prabhupada have given the translation. Swadhyaya Reading of transcendental literatures like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Ramayana, and Mahabharata, or for those not in Vedic culture, reading of the Bible. Quran, etc. Yes, that is Swadhyaya. Reading of transcendental literatures like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, Ramayana, Bible, Quran, Torah. The scriptures to be read. And that is considered austerity for purification. In chapter 4, Krishna mentioned Swadhyaya as Jagya, austerity. Thank you. Krishna described that. Different Jagyas. Yes. So they're very important. Very important. Very important. For human beings, as anyone who considers himself as a human being must do these regulated activities. This activity regulating the scripture should be followed, nicely followed. Then will be considered human being. That is Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, text 28. Dravya Jagatapo Jagya Yoga Jagyatata Pare Swadhyaya Jnana Jagyascha Yataya Samsita Vrataha. Having accepted strict vows, some become enlightened by sacrificing their possessions, and others by performing severe austerities, by practicing the yoga of eightfold mysticism, or by studying the Vedas to advance in transcendental knowledge. Swadhyaya, Prabhupada translated it in Bhagavad Gita, sacrifice in the study of the Vedas. So it is a sacrifice. It's for purification. So Nandamuni also mentioned that here, sacrifice. Reading scripture is mentioned twice in the list of 32 qualities to be cultivated and acquired by all human beings. Nandamuni mentioned it twice. It is both a religious and devotional practice. Without reading scripture, no one can be religious or attain pure devotion. It is therefore incumbent on all occupational and spiritual orders of life. No one is exempt from reading scripture. By reading scripture, one will know what is right, what is wrong, and what one's occupational and spiritual duties are, and can thus integrate those values into one's life. Without reading scripture, one's life is based on speculation and whimsy And Krishna says that such a person will be a failure in anything he attempts. One who does not read the scripture is a failure in everything that he attempts to do. Everything. Can you imagine you enter a steering and you don't know how to drive? You enter the steering. Everybody knows the result.
Which one?
Huh?
Which one?
Go to mortuary or hospital.
At best.
Yes. You don't know how to drive. You enter the car and spark it. Hospital. Not only you go to the hospital. Whoever is the environment. Right? In the college, our motor engineering teacher, the first thing he taught us is when you enter the car, you must clutch first. Don't start the car until you clutch down. Very risky, because the person who parked the car, even if it is you, you may have left the car in the gear. So the moment it's breathe, is going. It happened to you?
Yes, sir.
You felt here.
Yes, sir.
Right? I see suffering from the wound, the pain. I see suffering from the pain. Yeah. So, one does not read the scripture. That is exactly our situation. You are a failure. Your life is full of disaster without reading the scripture. So devotees who are not reading, they won't make advancement. And their Krishna consciousness will not be meaningful. Your Krishna consciousness will not be meaningful. Except you have a very fortunate quality. What is that? Hearing. Which I have seen ISKCON devotees, many ISKCON devotees doesn't have. We don't hear. We don't hear. Hearing is different. We have spoken about it. Hearing is different. What do we say hear? Different. Rukmini Devi heard about Krishna. What happened? She developed unquenchable taste to have Krishna as her husband. Unquenchable taste. Her taste to have Krishna increases every moment. And she vowed, if my austerity is not sufficient to have Krishna this lifetime, no problem. I will extend it to next life. That is hearing. That is hearing. Parikshit Maharaj, he told his spiritual master, you have done miracle. You planted Krishna in my heart. How did you do that? Hearing. 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 That's what it means by hearing. When they say someone has heard, that's what it means. The mind can never go away from Krishna. Constantly thinking about what you have heard about Krishna. Kulashekara Maharaj, he sang that song we call the Mukunda Mala Sutra. He was hearing from his priest. He was sitting on his throne And the priest was narrating the passage of Ramachandra. He jumped down from the asana. He came down from the asana. He commanded his commander, let's go, the Lord is fighting. He entered into the sea with the armies. Just hear it. In his palace, he got down from the asana, commanded, he went to a garrison. I mean, don't you hear the Lord Ramachandra is in battle with Ravana? What are we doing? Let's go. The army followed him. Nobody had the strength to tell him that it's a story you are hearing. They entered the sea. They were crossing the sea with that bridge. The priest saw the danger. He jumped in and told the king, it is ended. Oh, they will have gone drowned inside. The battle is finished. The Lord has finished the battle. Now Ravan is killed and everybody is going back. Then he came back to the house. That's hearing. That's hearing. So we don't hear. If you don't hear the scripture, all our attempts are useless. We are automatically a failure. So Krishna said that Jaha Shastra Vidim Utsrija Varatati Kama Karataha Nasa Siddhima Bhavnuti Na Sukha Na Paramgati Na Paramgati. Jaha means anyone. Shastra Vidim Utsrija, one who does not hear the scripture, one who throws the scripture away, doesn't want to hear. Utsrija means to give up. One who does not hear. One who is not hearing, who is not studying the scripture, not hearing. So what kind of person is that? And what would that is the situation? That person, Varatate Kama Karataha, the person is whimsical. Is acting whimsically in lust. So what is the result? What is the result of a person who discards a scripture, doesn't hear the scriptures? The scripture has no use, no value in his life or her life. What is the result? Nasa Siddhim will never attain perfection. Never attain perfection. Na Sukham will never be happy. And na Paramgatim will never attain the Saloka. He who discards scriptural injunctions and acts according to his own whims attains neither perfection nor happiness nor the supreme destination. That is the result. And yet, it is often found that devotees do not read scriptures regularly. A phenomenon that Srila Prabhupada himself observed and lamented. Srila Prabhupada says, to read Vedic literature, to understand Vedic literature, to act according to the direction of the Vedic literature, this is called Swadhyaya Jagya. And in elaborating on Swadhyaya, as one of the 21 qualities, Srila Prabhupada prescribed the scriptures to be read by Vedic and non-Vedic cultures. Reading of transcendental literatures like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Ramayana, Mahabharata, or for those not in Vedic culture, reading of the Bible or Quran. It's so important, and the Prabhupada is encouraging even the non-Vedic scriptures to be read. After all, we came from there, some of us are Christians, so we read Bible to come here. It has effect. See how important it is? Properly encouraging. He didn't say only Bible, only Bhagavad Gita. Say Bible, Quran. It should be read regularly. It's very important. This is confirmed by the Bhagavatam with the word Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Nitya. Bhagavata Sevaya. Regularly serve Srimad Bhagavatam. However, Vaishnava tradition offers the study of these aforementioned transcendental literatures not just in book form, but in dramatic performance, poetry recitation, dance, and song. The idea is that our entire cultural life should embody and not diverge from the histories and teachings of scriptures. Yes, to make it relatable, make it a story, can make it a story, can make a drama. It will penetrate more. And that also means that we understand it. Like the devotees who did drama the other day about my life, they tried. They did very well. It was nice. They followed they followed my style exactly as I behave. They did it like that. So you see that maybe we will understand that part more than philosophy. Yes, in many ways. Varnashram is about Vaidhi Bhakti, regulated devotional service. One of the implications of regulation is that devotees prioritize their duties and schedule their time to facilitate those priorities. Since reading literature is a high priority, it always finds its way into the competent devotee's timetable. We should have the time to read. We should create a time for us to read. We should read, it is compulsory to read. Because if you read, Prabhupada said, even if you don't understand, read again and again and again, you understand. Just repeat it, you understand. It's difficult. So to understand it requires repetition. That's how we understand it. Therefore, it's an austerity. Instead of us to go and play games with cell phone. Do what you say, do play games. You know?
Yes, Lord.
Play games with it. And sometimes they even go to a very pervasive one. Going to, what do you call it? Blue?
Movie.
Yeah, movies. Very, very dangerous. You can't become a devotee. You cannot be a devotee. So to sacrifice that is an austerity. Saudaya Jagya. Jagya is austerity. It's a sacrifice. And therefore it purifies. So we should give up this mentality of cheating ourselves. Yes, we're cheating ourselves. If you are hiding yourself under the book and say you are reading, when you see you say you are reading, but you're not reading, but you are doing game, who is deceived? Who is deceived?
Awesome.
Krishna? The Guru? It is you. Your head will be empty. So you are cheating yourself. It is very, very bad because if someone cheats you, someone can sympathize with you. You know?
Yes.
If you are cheating yourself, who's going to sympathize with you? People will curse you. You are a fool. If somebody cheats you, you should not cheat yourself. But here we see so many people are cheating themselves. What did they use? What is inside? Wasting our time for Asat. Everything Asat. Give anxiety, give pains. And it will keep us longer in the material world. So Srila Bhakti Thakura described Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's word, do Daivam, a misfortune. He said there are 4, and they all have subdivisions. Principally, there are 4 misfortunes. One is Asat Trishna. Trishna, not Krishna. Trish means taste. Asat Trishna, we have taste for temporal things. We have desire to enjoy temporal things. The pleasure of the body is Asat Trishna. The desire to go to heaven is Asat Trishna. Watching mundane movies and talking unnecessary things outside the scripture is all Asat Trishna. We have taste for these things. They're very, very dangerous. What do they use for wasting our time for things which will not benefit us? What is the benefit? Maya is so strong that it forces you not to realize that these things are dangerous. Therefore, it is compulsory to read the scriptures to help us understand this. The scripture will help us understand the things we should do and the things we shouldn't do. Even the thing we should do, how to do it is necessary. All these things are explained in the scripture. How to do what we're supposed to do is necessary. Is it not? Even as simple as eating, if you don't know how to eat, the food becomes poison. You know? You are eating with anxiety. That is not food, this is poison. People are eating always like this. They will remain skinny and tiny like me. Will not be fresh. Yes. Will not be like this. Be tiny. Even if you eat the whole food in the world, you will remain tiny, skinny, because you are eating anxiety. People who eat normally, even they eat little, they be fresh and fat. So in the French they will say bon appetit. They wish, don't give someone a bad news when he's eating. No anxiety. That's the meaning. No anxiety, no tension. Be happy, be free, with good mind. The same thing in the Portuguese. Bon appetit. Just it is small change. Yes. The scripture is our guide. It should be studied carefully. Regularly. Not sometimes. The result of such reading, hearing, and seeing of scripture is to awaken devotion to Krishna, to always think of him, and to learn to see everything in relation to him. Krishna advises Arjuna that while performing one's prescribed duty, one should think of him, and such remembrance is possible by reading or hearing. You can't do it if you're not hearing, if you're not reading. Conditioned soul will be tempted to think that reading the same book like Srimad Bhagavatam or even one genre of literature, the Vedas, will be boring. Yes, it is boring for those who do not know how to read, and for one who does not have taste. Therefore, it is very important for us to also learn how to read. We must cultivate or develop the attitude of prayerful reading. Prayerful reading will help us to develop taste for reading. For those who doesn't want to read, doesn't have the taste. If you want to read, associate with those who have taste for reading, and if you culture the system of prayerful reading. Prayerful reading. Prayerful reading is very, very important, very powerful. It will help us to develop taste. Prayerful reading. If you don't read, we cannot remember Krishna. you cannot think of Krishna if you don't read. You cannot understand how to serve Krishna. Somebody will ask you, so this thing you're going to do for life, what is the benefit? If you're not reading, what would be the answer? Many devotees have left like this. On Sankirtan song, Krishna empowers some Maya agent. Tell devotee, hey my friend, just look at your intelligence. Come, I will give you a managing position in my company. Why are you wasting your time like this? For this intelligence, just how brilliant you are. Huh? You're wasting it for how much you sell this book? How much? Important, brilliant person like you. How much you sell this book? 100 naira. What is this? You don't have family? Yeah? You don't have family? You don't care? Do something which is reasonable that everybody can feel it. Get a job in a company. I'm ready to give you a post. A manager. I don't want you to waste this. I remember one friend, he accepted it. Devotee initiated it, he accepted, yeah, this is very good. Yes, let me go and think of it. The next day he went back to the man and said, yes, I'm ready to get a job now. It's okay. You have to pack and come here. When he came there, the man has traveled. He didn't get the job. He couldn't come back to the temple because he already insulted what is here and boasted and left. So he couldn't come back again. The shame couldn't make him to come back. Why? Because you don't understand what they're doing. Why don't understand? Because you're not reading, you're not hearing. You can't understand. Little temptation will not pass it. You won't pass the test, you fail. A person who is reading is one devotee, very experienced devotee. So another person will tell you, my friend, this Bhagavad Gita you are reading every day. The same book we are reading every day. It's not boring. Except for you, it is boring. For me, it is nectar. Why boring? Because you're not getting anything from it. Those who are actually reading Bhagavad Gita, you see everything new. This year I was requested to teach Bhagavatam in one temple in India. So Teacher Prabhu told them that I want the section they want me to teach because I have to read them again. You have been teaching this thing for years now. What are you reading again? This is what I've been teaching every year for years. I've been teaching the same thing. I was laughing. Tell them that yes, it's the same thing I'm teaching every year, but not the same presentation. They're not the same. Every year is different. It's the same thing but different realization. So I read it every day, every time. I read it again and again. Because the more you read, the more things will come out. More things will come out. Fresh. How can you be bored? It is boring when you are not getting anything. Yes. That's it. However, such concern is unfounded. The nature of scriptural topics, especially about Krishna, is such that it becomes fresher and more relishable with every successful reading. Don't forget that Krishna got a blessing from his spiritual master that everything from you must be fresh. So Bhagavad Gita is always Fresh. Read it a million times, it will be fresh. Not boring. Boring means you are wasting your time because you are not reading. You are pretending to read, but you are not reading. You carry the book, but you are thinking of something else in the mind. You are doing game and you're wasting your time. So people will see you as reading the book, but you are not reading. Cheating yourself. There is a pastime in the Nectar of Devotion. A disciple who was told by his spiritual master to read Bhagavad Gita. In his own case, it's a good example. In his own case, he does not know how to read. But the Guru told him to read every day. How would you think if the Guru said like that? You're not a Guru. You're supposed to know that I'm illiterate, I don't know how to read. But the devotee didn't think like that. He accepted it. So every day he would carry Bhagavad Gita, following the order of the spiritual master. He would carry Bhagavad Gita. And one day they saw him, he was holding Bhagavad Gita upside down. So devotees, the scholars, they laughed. Look at this fool. They want everybody to know that he's reading Bhagavad Gita. But see the way he's holding Gita. See, just look at it. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw him and heard what the devotee was saying. He didn't say anything. He was silent. He went to the temple, had darshan. He came straight to this devotee. My dear brother, what chapter of Gita I gave you so much ecstasy like this? The devotee laughed, my dear Lord. I'm not reading anything because I don't know how to read. But why are you so ecstatic? Why are you so ecstatic? He said, because I'm following the order of my Guru. The Guru ordered me to read, and I don't know how to read. I don't know how to read, but because an order, I carry the Gita in my hand. And it's an amazing miracle. The time of says, that's what I want to hear. You are very ecstatic, I can see, because you are getting something from the Gita. I said, yes. Look, you say, just see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the Supreme Controller of the whole world, including great powerful personality like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Indra, the one who controls all of them. He has a special attribute. What is that? That he is controlled by his loving devotees. When I see that the love of Arjuna is controlling the supreme controller of the whole thing, tears are coming from my eyes. You are the knower of Gita. You are the knower. Krishna is controlled by the love of his devotees. I'm saying that he is driving the chariot of his own disciple, the own devotee. And Hanuman said, "Oh Pandavas, you people have mystic spells that you are controlling Krishna. You are making him your messenger. You make him your servant. You make him your order carrier. You are controlling him. Now he's driving your children. He's washing your horses. He's feeding your horses. He's obeying your order. Whatever I ask him to do, he did. You this time ask Krishna, please don't go now. Stay for more for the Krishna said, yes, my Lord. And he stayed. Hanuman said, yes, you people have mystic power to control Krishna. What is that? Pure love of Godhead. Pure love of Godhead. You have that power. Did he tell the Dhira like that? Did he tell Kamsa like that? He said, the Pandavas. Oh, you Pandavas, you are worshipable because you have power to keep Krishna under your control. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. This is amazing. Thus, by reading scripture under the guidance of Brahmanas, Vaishnavas, or the spiritual master, one can very easily chart a true course in both the social and spiritual orders and avoid the pitfalls of conditional life. Thus, one is elevated to pure devotion and by further study of scripture attains liberation from material existence and the perfection of life. Vyasadeva says, Sadhu Hridi Avarudyate Try Kritibi Sushushubi is Tarsanat. Hridi Avarudyate Avarudyate. Sadhu Hridi Avarudyate. Avarudyate means proper translated. This is Bhagavatam 111. Sorry, 112. Yes, 112. Hridi Avarudyate. Proper translated, compact of love. Compact of love. Yes. We have compact disc, no? Yes, proper use the word compact of love. Devotees have locked up Krishna in the heart. Compact of love. Sadhya, Hridi Avarudyate. Immediately, a devotee can love Krishna in the heart. Trakriti be, Shushu be, Tarsanat. What? By studying the scriptures submissively. As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message, Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. Hridi Avarudyate. The Supreme Lord is what? Established within the heart. The devotee will capture Krishna and lock him up in the heart. You cannot escape. Yes. By studying the scripture. This is Bhagavatam 111. Sorry, 112. 112. Yes. It should be noted that reading scripture is not just about becoming learned. It is not becoming a pundit. That is not. Saraswati told Keshava Kashmiri, the purpose of the mantra I gave you is not to become a Digbijay, a conqueror of the directions of the scripture and be very proud. That is not the purpose I gave you. The purpose of this mantra is to help you meet the Supreme Lord face to face. That's the purpose of this mantra. So, studying the scriptures is not to become a learned person, is to become a devotee of Krishna, unalloyed devotee of Krishna. Being steeped in scripture may not be for everyone, but everyone should be familiar with the scriptures, even busy householders. Even busy householders should be familiar with our scriptures. Should be familiar. If somebody says something, immediately you can understand this is coming from here. And if the person is speculating, immediately also you can detect. So I told you, nobody can cheat me. Nobody from anywhere cannot cheat me. Why? Whatever you say, I can find it in the scripture. I can tell this is not in the scripture. Even if in the scripture, I can tell you are using it for your own ego, not for the benefit of the world. You should be familiar with the scripture. The fact that one knows the scripture is different from what we understand. That is Bhagavad Gita 5:18. Bhagavad Gita 5:18. Bhagavad Gita 5:18. Yes. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Suni Chaiva Swapaki Cha Pandita Sama Darshina. Pandita is Samadarshi. That's a Pandit. A Pandit is not a speculator. A Pandit is Samadarshi. He can see Krishna in all living entities, equally. Therefore, he does not discriminate based on the body. He will discriminate based on the consciousness of the living entities. So, proper translated, Vidya with education, Vinaya and gentleness. Sampanne, fully equipped. This is how proper translated. So, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne means what? A Brahmana is who is knowledgeable, who knows the scripture is what? Who well equipped with the scripture knowledge is what? Gentle, not proud. Understand? He's not proud. So if one studies the scripture and become proud, means he does not know the scripture. He simply learned the alphabet. It is just the alphabet, nothing else. A knowledgeable person is not proud, is gentle. Gentle, Vinaya, Vidya, Vinaya, Sampanne. He is considered to be fully equipped with knowledge. He is gentle, he is humble. Yes, that is knowledge. This is where Krishna is taking us to. Yes. After all, if Krishna is meant to be the center of family life, hearing about him collectively as a family function is essential. We should sit together as a family and hear the scriptures. Wife, husband, children sit together and read the scripture. Not the son is in that room with the computer, the daughter in that room with the cell phone, the mother also is here with the cell phone, the father is also here with the computer. The family is what? Divided. Is it happening? Huh? Divided. Commodity is dividing the family. Instead of community, it is now commodities. No community. It's gone. Commodities have taken away our heritage. Very dangerous life. Ideally, families should sit together morning and evening to read stories from Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna book, Sityatamrit, Sityatanya Bhagavad, Ramayana, Mahabharat, and from the increasingly available devotee publications, especially Prabhupada Limamrit. We should hear these things. There are so many books. Let us occupy ourselves with this. Now Krishna told us, Janma Karma Cha Me Bhyam. What is that? To try to understand his translated appearance and activities. How to do that? Study the scriptures. Hear the scriptures. Children have an insatiable urge to hear, read, and see, and an equally insatiable ability to absorb what they hear and see. If they are not given transcendental subject matter, they will turn to frivolous topics and thereby fill their heart with material desires rather than attachment to Krishna. Is it not? They will go and hide with a cell phone and shuffle the net. Yes, they will shuffle the net with garbages. Garbages, not unlimited lectures now. They use the word stream. Is it not? Stream means is constantly flowing. Go to YouTube, they say, stream, the stream of lectures and the festivals, Jagannath Yatra, Jai Jagannath, everywhere, the whole world, the whole day, the whole year is full, Jai Jagannath. But we are not going there. The appetite, the tendencies for scriptural things have been diverted to a tendency for material things, garbage. Don't feed yourself with garbages. So feed ourselves with transcendental topics from the Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Bhagavad. It is nectar. Every single person Damodara circle has given blessings. Every person, blessings are there. Mundane topic will give us blessings. Krishna Das Kavada Goswami, Sukadev Goswami, all our children, they have loaded blessings in their writings for us, waiting for us. Why are we cheating ourselves? Why can't we get these blessings and perfect our life by wasting our time for these garbages? Why? Don't do things that will regret it tomorrow. Intelligent persons should not do things that will regret it tomorrow. Yes, it will not be now, but definitely it will come. Don't do it. Do something which you will smile at the end. That is advice from Bhagavad Gita. That thing which look like nectar in the beginning and the end, it is
Poison.
like poison. It is in the mode of darkness. Don't act in darkness. Get the truth from the scripture. Hear it from the scripture. To hear it from the sadhus. Hear the scripture from the sadhus. Otherwise, we are going to regret. And worse than that, they will watch television, videos, and movies. When that happens, the purpose for conceiving them is more or less nullified, for their chances at pure devotion have become greatly compromised. Therefore, as much as Krishna consciousness is about distributing books, it is equally about reading books. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Comment, question? Yes, sir.
Shragudev, thank you for a wonderful lecture. Shragudev, you mentioned about prayerful reading.
Yes, prayerful
Shragudev,
reading.
how can you be practical and what is the technique to develop a taste about reading?
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Prayerful reading. Prayerful reading. What is the technique for prayerful reading? Select a quiet place. Select a quiet place. Not in the middle of kirtan. That is a quiet place. Sit alone. Or with someone else who is not going to talk to you. And that is if you have a companion who is also interested in the same thing. So, a quiet place, you sit alone, and if you sit nicely, but not too nicely. Don't go and sit like this. You sleep. You won't study. If you sleep, you sit straight. Comfortable enough for you to concentrate. And then, don't keep your cell phone there. Don't keep your cell phone there. Your cell phone should not be there. And if you want it to be there, it should be in silence mood. select a topic that you like to hear. Select a topic. So I want to hear something about anger. You select that. And then start reading something about anger, because you want to know the danger of anger. What it can do. So we know the reason why I should not be angry. So we selected that section about Gita, about what I want to know, want to read. So like chapter 16. Anger is one of the demonic gate that takes one to hell. So I want to read about this. Why going to hell? Because of anger. So it's a topic, so it attracts you. It's something you want to do. So you have interest in it. If you don't want to hear about Japa, if somebody selected for you, you sleep. You want to know something about anger. Why anger is very dangerous. Why I should give it up. Then you have interest. So the next thing you should understand is, I want to communicate with God, with Krishna. This time is my communication period, communication time. I want to communicate. And you want to have a special phone call now. You don't want somebody else every day with you. See that? You have a special call, confidential call. You don't want somebody to be there, right? So now, why? Because you want to have concentration. You want to have focus. So I want to communicate with Krishna. Therefore, Krishna wants to tell me the danger of anger. It's okay. Then, so your appetite will be there. Your interest will be there. Now, when you read the verse, in the purport, there are 4 things inside. There are 4 things in the purport. In purport, I put something in there. What is the philosophy in the purport about anger? What is the philosophy? You see philosophy. Anger is this. This is philosophy. Example. Second thing, the example. The story. And similarity. The 4th thing, similarity. This verse. Do we have another verse like this in Bhagavatam? Yeah. So the attention is done. So it's connection. And you also see that in that purport, the Prabhupada has quoted himself is number 1, because not number 1. Krishna is number 1. And Prabhupada is there, and he had put our chariots inside the purport. So check how many personalities are in that purport. That then you understand. So I have this in your mind's eye. In your mind's eye, you envision this personality sitting, and you're also sitting with them to hear Krishna. This is prayerful reading technique. It's powerful. If you read like this, you become very strong. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.